Hello, and welcome to another Monday meditation. My name is McKay, and I will be your guide. Today we're going to be doing a meditation that I like to call Becoming the Antidote. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this world. I'm sure you are well aware of it. We all are. Just about none of us can really deny it at this point, and that's a good thing, actually. We can only make change when we are aware of what's happening in reality. But once we have that grasp, we can then ask the question, okay, this is what's happening. Now what? What the heck can I do? And a lot of us are in a state of complete powerlessness. We have convinced ourselves that there's nothing that we can do. We are just doomed. The world is crazy and humans are evil. You know, there's whole narratives which are completely valid because like when you really see the real of the real, it's right there in your face. It makes absolute sense that that is the conclusion that somebody would come to. But it's not the whole truth. We are capable of so much. We can create change in this world, and that is what I hope for us to be able to play with in this meditation. And we're going to work with our memory, experiences that we have had where we were experiencing the energy of the antidote, meaning the opposite of disconnection, feeling connection, the opposite of violence, experiencing peace, remembering what that felt like. There are moments when humanity is kind. There are moments when we as humans go above and beyond to connect and support each other, because it is happening in the world. It's just not something that is advertised to us very much, right? Because it keeps us in fear. So let's get started, okay? Get yourself comfy, cozy, stretch out, roll your shoulders, anything you need to do. I'm just gonna play with this. Kind of doing a little bit of some improv here myself, okay? Relax your shoulders, close your eyes maybe. Just notice how you're currently feeling physically in your body, the quality of your breath, perhaps, your heart beating. Just acknowledging what's here, not asking it to change in any way, just being like, oh, noticing where there's tension. We're just going to take 3 big deep breaths here, paying attention to how we feel right now, and then we'll check in again after our 3rd breath, okay? Inhale. And exhale. Through the nose or the mouth. Inhale. Feeling your lungs. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Very, very, very good. Notice how you feel. If nothing has changed, totally fine. Maybe something has slightly shifted, or at least you're a little bit more present. We're going to tune into our heart here for just a few minutes. Maybe you can place your hand there on your chest, and we're just going to feel the heart beating for us. Feeling the gentle thud, perhaps in your palms. Really asking your heart, how are you genuinely? Is there a strong desire to bring something to an end and start something new? Going a bit deeper into your own heart. If you want, you can keep your hand there. You can bring your hand to your lap here. But I want you to bring your attention, your awareness, still keeping it into your heart, almost as if your consciousness is going into your heart and you're almost inside of your own heart, living inside. Feeling the atmosphere, the furniture of your heart. And here is where all of our most precious, heartfelt, deep, transformational memories live. Pulling some books out of a bookshelf, we are just going to choose a certain experience, perhaps an emotion or a memory of a time in our lives where we felt a very antidotal emotion or experience. Let's start with something simple: sharing. Can you ask your heart to recall a memory of a time when somebody was kind and polite enough to share something, whether it be a meal, a gift, a toy of some sort, and they were generous enough to share that with you, and what that experience was like. Maybe there was a time when you yourself, you were generous. That energy of what it felt like to receive that. Was it unexpected? Who was it that is sharing with you? What were you feeling? How does it feel to share? Breathing into it. The next thing that came to my mind was a random act of kindness. This could be something that you once did for someone, maybe even a stranger, or a time when a complete stranger did something so unexpectedly kind towards you. Simply asking your heart to, like a projector almost in a way, or a book. Your imagination is unlimited, really. However you like to see it, whether it's picking a book off of the shelf, or maybe even taking a little projector and having it on the screen as if you are visually re-experiencing that memory. Just ask yourself, ask your heart, when have I done a random act of kindness? Or when have I been the recipient of a random act of kindness? And what did that do to me? How did that feel? How did it shape me? What about it made it so unforgettable? What did I do? What did they do? How did I respond? How did they respond? Acknowledge how this precious energy is something that the world needs so much of right now. Just kindness. Moving forward. Just kind of getting into my own flow state here. The next one that came up to me was understanding. Something that the lack of there being can create a lot of pain. So we're going to recall a time in our lives, asking our heart. I call upon a memory of a time when I genuinely felt like I was seen, I was understood, and with that understanding, I was able to be treated in the way I needed to be, to finally be seen, to not have to over-explain myself. Who saw you? Who listened to you and gave you what you needed in that moment? Have you ever done that for someone else? Took the time to understand what they were going through as if it was your own experience. Compassion is next. Deep compassion. What does compassion feel like? Was there a time in your life when you were just consumed by this deep sense of compassion? It could be inner compassion or compassion for somebody else, where understanding and empathy thrive. Having a soft heart. Treating a circumstance or a situation with the most tender, loving care. Is there a particular memory that crosses your mind when you think about a time when you felt compassion? Breathe it in. Moving on. How about happiness? Can you ask your heart to recall a time your smile was just so genuine? What was happening? Who were you with? What was it about this memory that brought up this happiness within you? The circumstances, the company, where were you? Why were you happy? Moving up. How about a time when you felt excited about something? It may have been a while. Maybe you gotta dig deep into the memories of this one, but ask your heart, can you reveal to me a time when I was experiencing excitement for something, towards something, about something? That giddy, lively energy makes you want to move around. You can a little bit if you want to. A time in my life when I was just over the moon, jumping up and down. And let that whole experience, any sensations of that memory really permeating your cells here in the now. Moving up into connection. The true antidote of everything is to be connected to yourself. Connection to others, so much so that to hurt them in any way would be hurting yourself. Because you see them as your equal. You see them as just another you. So the last thing you would ever wish upon anything, anyone, even yourself, would be harm, because there's just this deep interconnectedness. When was a time when I felt so deeply connected to myself and everything else around me. And what were the circumstances? Who were the people? What was the event where this took place within me? Who was there? What was I doing? Where was I? Noticing if any memories come up. Times when you felt connected to others, yourself, how that made you feel physically in your body. And moving all the way up into the source of it all, which is love. Love, 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 yes, love. Help me recall a time in my life when I felt love. The most genuine, pure, heart-opening love. Let your mind relax and shift and just allow the memory, whatever memory, to bubble up to the surface. Where do you feel this love in your body the most? Was that love directed towards anything or anyone, or was it just love for love? What caused this love, if anything? What were the details? Where does it show up in your body? Can you feel the memory of this love transferring into your being here and now, in every cell, an inner knowing that the things that we do matter? In every moment we are making a vote for what we want more of in this world by choosing where we place our thoughts, our actions, our energy. That is the vote. And we can vote for love. That is the best thing that we can do, is to not allow our hearts to crystallize even in the face of adversity, violence. The most powerful thing that we can do is to choose to stay open and in love. And it's the hardest thing we could ever do. It's so much easier to just allow yourself to become bitter, to be closed off, to be in a state of continuous separateness from everything else around us. But the antidote lies in us taking everything as a part of ourselves and owning it and saying, yes, this is a part of me too. This is mine as well. The pain of others is mine as well. The joy of others is mine as well. There is no separate. And in every single present moment here, I am making a vote. That is my true power. I get to choose every day how I can become more of a being of love. And as we slowly begin to come out of this practice, maybe ending it with a question to our heart. In these crazy times, in this crazy world, how can I become more of a being of love? Just asking this question and not answering it for yourself. let the answer come to you. Maybe, how can I, in the current state of this world, become more of the antidote? Where can I shift my energy? Where can I reclaim my power? Where can I direct my actions in a place where I am a living embodiment of the antidote energy? Kindness, compassion, peace, love, openness, joy, laughter, excitement, all of these energies that remind us of why we're here. And what we can create together when our intention is rooted in love. A really good mantra to maybe carry with you as we come out of this meditation is to say to yourself, every thought I think, every word I say, every action I take is rooted in love. Every thought I think, every word I say, every action I take, I choose to root it in love. We'll do one more because that feels really good. Okay, well, place your hands on your heart maybe once again if you'd like to, and really feel this. From this point forward, the thoughts that I think, the words that I speak, and the actions I take, I choose now to have them be rooted in love. And see how that sits with you. Feeling your heart, smiling at it. Telling your heart, as always, thank you for your service, for your continual effort to keep me alive here, to help me be the change I want to see more of in this world, to help me in each and every day become a more compassionate, kind, and understanding person. Awesome. You can stay here with whatever is coming up for you or has been present within you throughout this meditation. If you feel ready to come back into your environment, you can slowly begin to move your fingers around. Slowly, maybe your toes. Wiggle your body around. Slowly come back, acknowledging what memories surfaced for you today. Did they surprise you? Were they unexpected? Were they deep core memories that you hold very dear to you? Just little things like that. Processing what came up within you these past couple moments. And I'd love to hear in the comment section if there's any particular memories that bobbled up for you. I'd love to hear that, actually. It'd be very fun. Very slowly, if you feel ready, you can bring your hands to your eyes. If you have any harsh lights around you, I'd highly recommend that. Opening your eyes with your palms, covering them. Slowly moving your palms away from your face. And just noticing the colors around you, where you are in space, what you're sitting on. Very good. Welcome back. Thank you very much for joining me in the Becoming the Antidote meditation. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you had an experience of some kind that can remind you just how powerful you really are. Hope is not lost. We have each other, and the more we stay connected to ourselves and each other and let go of the narrative of separateness and disconnection, we will see a new earth together. We will create a new earth together, rooted in love. I fully believe that myself, and I hope that you do too. Thank you.